Have you ever felt like your body is holding you back after 65, as though the activities you once enjoyed with such ease have gradually become distant memories of strength and vitality? It can be a difficult realization when the simple act of moving, dancing, or even walking begins to feel like a struggle, and it's natural to feel frustrated or even heartbroken when your world seems to be shrinking around you. Many of us experience changes in mobility as we age, and while these changes are a natural part of life, they often come with emotional challenges that can leave you feeling isolated or powerless. Yet, what if the limitations you face in walking or other activities could instead become an invitation to discover innovative ways to move, connect, and truly thrive in your later years? Imagine that the very obstacles you see as confining are actually stepping stones to a richer, more fulfilling existence. In this journey of aging, the focus shifts from simply lamenting the past to embracing the present and exploring new paths to wellness. It is not about giving up on the activities you once loved, but rather about adapting them to fit your current needs and abilities. The process can be transformative, opening up opportunities to engage in alternative forms of exercise and social connection that you might never have considered before. This transformation isn't just physical. It's deeply emotional and psychological. It means accepting that change is a part of life while also recognizing the potential to reinvent yourself, to reclaim a sense of independence, and to discover joy in unexpected places. Even if your steps are fewer or your movements more cautious, every little effort you make is a victory, a celebration of resilience and the enduring human spirit. Take, for instance, the story of Maria, a 68-year-old who once found pure joy in dancing. For years, dancing was not just an activity, it was her way of expressing herself and connecting with the world around her. However, as osteoarthritis set in, what had once been a fluid and graceful expression of life became a source of pain and discouragement. The vibrant rhythm of her movements was stifled by the persistent ache in her joints, and Maria began to fear that the part of her that loved to dance was slipping away forever. In a moment of vulnerability, when even walking became an ordeal, her doctor suggested something that she had never considered before: chair-based exercises. At first, Maria was skeptical, convinced that exercises performed from a seated position could never match the exuberance of a full dance routine. Yet, with a mixture of trepidation and hope, she decided to give it a try. As Maria began her chair yoga sessions, something remarkable happened. The routine was gentle on her joints, allowing her to rediscover movement without the intense pain that had once robbed her of her freedom. The exercises not only improved her strength, flexibility, and balance, but also rekindled a spark of creativity that had dimmed over the years. Maria found herself gradually incorporating subtle dance movements into her seated routine, blending the discipline of exercise with the art of dance in a way that was uniquely her own. The community she discovered in her class was equally inspiring. Surrounded by individuals who shared similar challenges, Maria realized that her struggle was not an isolated one. It was a shared experience that brought people together. In that supportive environment, the joy of movement was not measured by the number of steps taken, but by the quality of connection, expression, and shared triumphs. Another inspiring example is John, a 75-year-old who faced a long and arduous recovery after a successful hip surgery. The journey back to normalcy was fraught with fear and uncertainty. John was terrified of falling, of re-injuring himself, so much so that he began to avoid exercise altogether. The more he stayed still, the weaker and stiffer he felt, which in turn heightened his sense of vulnerability and isolation. His physical therapist, however, recognized that movement was not just a matter of physical recovery. It was also essential for healing the mind and spirit. With cautious encouragement, John was introduced to aquatic exercise. Initially, the idea of engaging in physical activity in water was daunting, especially since he had grown self-conscious about his limited swimming ability. But the therapist explained that the buoyancy of the water would ease the pressure on his joints, while the gentle resistance provided an effective way to rebuild strength without the harsh impact of gravity. Once John immersed himself in the water, he began to experience a sense of liberation that had eluded him for months. The water cradled him in a way that made each movement feel light and effortless, and gradually, he started to reclaim his sense of freedom. The aquatic environment became a sanctuary, a place where the fear of falling dissipated into the gentle embrace of water and where every stroke, every movement, was a step toward healing. The benefits were not solely physical. The exercise also brought a renewed sense of mental clarity and emotional well-being. In that environment, John rediscovered a connection with his body that transcended the limitations imposed by age or injury. The water, with its calming rhythm and gentle support, became a powerful symbol of resilience, offering him the chance to rebuild his strength, confidence, and hope. In another vivid narrative, we encounter Sarah, a spirited woman in her 80s who initially refused to use a walking aid. For Sarah, the idea of using a walker was laden with symbolism, a visible sign of frailty and defeat that she was determined to avoid. Despite her determination to maintain independence, Sarah's balance had been gradually failing her, and she had experienced several near falls that she chose to ignore out of pride. One day, while on her way to the grocery store, a near fall shook her to her core. In that critical moment, Sarah was forced to confront the reality that her fear of appearing old and frail was putting her safety at risk. Reluctantly, she accepted the walker, but soon discovered that it was not a symbol of weakness. Rather, it was a tool that offered her a renewed sense of independence. With the walker by her side, Sarah felt secure enough to venture out into her community, exploring her neighborhood, visiting local markets, and reconnecting with friends. What had once been a source of deep-seated shame transformed into a key that unlocked a world of possibilities, allowing her to navigate her surroundings with renewed confidence and grace. The journey of reclaiming stability is also poignantly illustrated in the experience of David, a 78-year-old who struggled with the feeling that his own legs were betraying him. Simple tasks that once came naturally, getting up from a chair, climbing a flight of stairs, or carrying groceries, had become insurmountable challenges due to weakening muscles. David felt as though he was gradually losing control over his body, and with each passing day, his sense of independence eroded further. Desperate to regain his strength, he sought help and eventually connected with a personal trainer who specialized in working with older adults. This trainer was not only knowledgeable about the physical challenges that come with aging, but also empathetic to the emotional toll they can take. The program they devised was meticulously tailored to David's needs, beginning with gentle resistance exercises using light weights and resistance bands. The focus was not on rapid, dramatic results, but on fostering gradual improvements in muscle strength, balance, and confidence. At first, the training sessions were arduous, and there were many moments when David felt discouraged. His muscles ached, and progress was slow, but with each small victory, the extra repetition he could complete, the longer he could maintain balance, David found himself gaining not only physical strength but also a renewed sense of self-belief. The sessions became a testament to the power of perseverance, and over time, David's physical transformation was matched by an equally profound emotional one. He began to see his body not as an enemy that was betraying him, but as a resilient partner in his journey. His newfound strength allowed him to play with his grandchildren, lift objects that once seemed impossibly heavy, and even embark on hikes with a local group, activities that had long been relegated to the realm of impossible dreams. In reclaiming control over his body, David discovered that true strength is measured not by the absence of struggle, but by the courage to face it head-on and the determination to overcome it. Eleanor's story offers another deeply moving perspective on maintaining mobility, this time through the simple yet transformative practice of regular stretching. At the age of 80, Eleanor found herself confined by chronic pain and stiffness that made even the simplest movements, like getting dressed or tying her shoes, a daily battle. The pain was not just physical, it seeped into her spirit, creating a barrier that made the world seem colder and less inviting. For years, she had convinced herself that stretching was something reserved for the young, believing that at her age, it was too late to make a meaningful difference. However, Her doctor introduced her to a regimen of gentle stretches designed to improve flexibility and reduce pain. With some guidance from a compassionate physical therapist, Eleanor began to experiment with these new techniques. Initially cautious and a little apprehensive, she soon discovered that these stretches were not only alleviating her physical discomfort, but were also providing an emotional release, a way to let go of the pent-up tension that had built up over decades. Each morning, as she dedicated a few precious minutes to these simple movements, Eleanor felt a gradual transformation taking place. The stiffness that once seemed insurmountable began to ease, and the pain that had defined her days became more manageable. The act of stretching, in its quiet simplicity, became a ritual of self-care, a daily affirmation of her commitment to living fully despite her limitations. In the gentle flow of each stretch, Eleanor found a sense of peace and empowerment, a reminder that every small step toward better mobility was a step toward reclaiming her life. The garden that had once been a source of frustration due to her physical limitations now beckoned her once more, promising days filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the soft murmur of nature, a place where she could once again nurture her passion for life. Robert's experience with balance training further illustrates the transformative power of embracing new forms of exercise. After a fall that left him shaken both physically and emotionally, Robert, who was in his early 70s, found himself paralyzed by the fear of falling again. This fear slowly crept into every aspect of his life, confining him to the safety of his home and isolating him from the world he once loved to explore. His daughter, concerned about his increasing isolation and the growing risks associated with his limited mobility, suggested that he try Tai Chi at first. Robert was skeptical. He wondered how a series of slow, deliberate movements could possibly restore the balance and confidence he had lost. Despite his doubts, he decided to give it a chance, not knowing that this ancient practice would soon transform his life in unexpected ways. As Robert immersed himself in the gentle art of Tai Chi, he discovered that it was much more than just a form of exercise. The practice required him to focus intently on his body's movements, to engage both mind and spirit in a harmonious dance that nurtured balance and coordination. Over time, the fluidity of the movements helped him regain a sense of stability, both physically and emotionally. The once daunting fear of falling gradually subsided, replaced by a growing confidence in his own ability to move with grace and control. The local senior center, where he attended his Tai Chi classes, soon became a vibrant community of individuals who, like him, were determined to reclaim their mobility. In sharing his progress and learning from others, Robert not only improved his balance but also found a renewed sense of purpose, a desire to help others overcome their own fears and limitations. His journey through Tai Chi was a powerful reminder that balance is not solely a physical attribute but also a state of mind, one that can be cultivated with patience, practice, and a supportive community. Margaret's story provides a gentle but profound lesson in the art of pacing oneself. In the early years of her 70s, Margaret was known for her relentless energy and commitment to staying active. She would go for long walks every day, often pushing herself to keep up with a pace that was unsustainable. However, this determination came at a cost. Ignoring the subtle signals of fatigue and pain that her body was sending her, Margaret found herself exhausted and, on more than one occasion, injured. The relentless pace that she once believed was the key to staying youthful and energetic had, in fact, led her down a path of overexertion and subsequent setbacks. After several discouraging incidents, Margaret finally came to understand that staying active was not about constantly pushing herself to the limit, but rather about finding a sustainable rhythm that honored her body's true needs. Learning to listen to her body became a turning point in Margaret's life. Instead of forcing herself through long, grueling walks, she began to take shorter, more frequent strolls that allowed her to rest when needed and savor the beauty of each moment. With this new approach, every walk became an opportunity to truly engage with her surroundings, to observe the subtle changes in the seasons, to smile at a friendly neighbor, or to simply enjoy the warmth of the sun on her face without feeling pressure to cover a certain distance. This shift in perspective not only helped her avoid injury, but also transformed her walks into moments of mindful reflection and genuine pleasure. Margaret's journey taught her that true vitality comes from respecting your own limits, finding balance between exertion and rest, and celebrating the small, everyday moments of joy that can easily be overlooked in the rush of modern life. Reflecting on these journeys, it becomes clear that each of these stories offers a unique lesson in resilience, adaptation, and the enduring human spirit. Whether it is through the gentle rhythm of chair-based exercises, the liberating embrace of aquatic therapy, the supportive stability of a walker, the empowering challenge of strength training, the soothing relief of regular stretching, the meditative practice of balance training, or the mindful art of pacing oneself, every step taken toward improved mobility is a testament to the possibility of transformation at any age. These narratives remind us that the physical limitations we may face are not a declaration of defeat, but rather an invitation to explore new dimensions of our capabilities. In the process of adapting to a body that may no longer perform as it once did, we discover that our true strength lies not just in our muscles or joints, but in our willingness to change, to learn, and to embrace every moment of our journey with open hearts and minds. The emotional tapestry woven throughout these experiences is as significant as the physical changes they describe. Each story is imbued with the deep-seated understanding that aging is not merely a period of decline, but also a time of reinvention and renewal. There is a subtle beauty in the way that limitations force us to slow down, to notice the small details that we might otherwise miss in our rush to maintain our former pace. In the quiet moments of reflection during a gentle stretch or a peaceful Tai Chi session, there is an opportunity to reconnect with oneself in a way that is both intimate and profound. These practices remind us that the journey of aging can be one of self-discovery, a time to reflect on the life we have led, the lessons we have learned, and the potential that still lies ahead. In embracing these new forms of movement, we are also reminded of the importance of community and connection. The stories of Maria, John, Sarah, David, Eleanor, Robert, and Margaret are not just individual accounts of overcoming physical challenges. They are also narratives of finding support in others, of building relationships that nurture and inspire. In sharing their experiences, these individuals have become beacons of hope for others who may be struggling with similar challenges. Their willingness to adapt and to seek out alternative paths to wellness has created ripple effects in their communities, fostering environments where the elderly can feel valued, empowered, and connected. Whether through a group class, a supportive family member, or a compassionate healthcare provider, the power of community plays a critical role in the journey toward improved mobility and overall well-being. For many, the transition from a life of unencumbered movement to one marked by caution and adaptation can be an emotional roller coaster. There are moments of grief for the loss of the effortless abilities of youth, as well as moments of profound joy when new avenues of movement and expression are discovered. It is in this delicate balance between loss and gain that the true essence of aging is revealed. The process is not about clinging desperately to what was once familiar, but rather about embracing what is possible now, with all its challenges and rewards. Each small victory, a pain-free morning, a confident step taken with a walker, a serene moment in the water, serves as a reminder that life, even when constrained by physical limitations, is still rich with opportunities for growth, connection, and happiness. In the end, the message is clear: aging is a journey, not a destination. It is a time for adaptation, for discovering hidden strengths, and for embracing the new possibilities that life offers, regardless of the obstacles in our path. The stories shared here illustrate that the path to better mobility is paved with patience, perseverance, and a willingness to experiment with new methods of movement. It is about redefining what it means to be active and finding innovative ways to maintain the quality of life that we all deserve. Each of these narratives stands as a powerful reminder that no matter how limited our physical movement might seem at times, there is always a way to connect with the joy of living, to rekindle the flames of independence, and to move forward with hope and determination. As you reflect on these journeys, consider the small steps you can take in your own life to foster movement and well-being. Perhaps it is the decision to try a new form of exercise that you never considered before. Or maybe it is as simple as allowing yourself to rest and listen to your body's signals without guilt or frustration. There is beauty in the willingness to change, in the courage to accept that the body's needs evolve over time, and in the discovery that every challenge carries within it the seed of potential transformation. In every gentle stretch, every careful step, and every moment of mindful movement, there is an opportunity to reclaim not only your physical strength but also the vibrancy of your spirit. Ultimately, the essence of these stories is about hope, a hope that transcends the physical limitations of aging and speaks to the resilience of the human heart. It is a hope built on the understanding that even when our bodies slow down, our capacity for joy, connection, and meaningful engagement remains undiminished. It is a hope that reminds us to celebrate every achievement, no matter how small, and to recognize that our journey is defined not by the number of steps we take, but by the courage with which we take them. In this light, every day becomes an opportunity to redefine what it means to live fully, to discover new passions, and to embrace life with all its imperfections and possibilities. As you continue on your own journey, remember that you are not alone. There is a community of individuals, whether in your neighborhood, at your local senior center, or within your family, who understand the challenges you face and who are eager to share in the triumphs that come with every small victory. Seek out the support of healthcare professionals, physical therapists, and trainers who specialize in working with older adults, and allow yourself to be guided by their expertise. Embrace the wisdom that comes with experience, and let it inspire you to explore creative solutions that honor both your physical and emotional well-being. There is a profound strength in acknowledging that while your body may not move as it once did, your capacity for adaptation and reinvention is limitless. Each new approach to maintaining mobility, whether it is through chair-based exercises, aquatic therapy, using a walking aid, strength training, stretching, balance exercises, or learning to pace yourself, offers not just a method of exercise, but a pathway to a more connected and fulfilling life. In recognizing the value of these methods, you are making a powerful statement that aging does not have to be synonymous with decline, but can instead be a time of growth, renewal, and endless possibility. So as you consider your own path forward, take a moment to appreciate the journey you have traveled thus far. Honor the strength it has taken to overcome challenges, and celebrate the new possibilities that lie ahead. The road may sometimes be steep and winding, but with each step, no matter how slow or measured, you are writing a story of resilience, empowerment, and hope. Let each movement be a testament to your determination to live a life filled with purpose, connection, and joy. In every moment of mindful movement, there is an invitation to rediscover the beauty of life and the boundless potential that remains within you. Embrace the journey, cherish the progress, and know that even when the steps seem few, they are steps taken with courage, determination, and an unwavering belief in the power of renewal. Remember that the path to sustained mobility is a continuous one, marked by incremental victories and occasional setbacks, but always moving toward a brighter horizon. Your efforts, no matter how small, are significant. They contribute to a life lived with passion and purpose. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to innovate, to find new ways to express your vitality, and to connect with others who share your journey. The beauty of this process is that it is uniquely yours, a mosaic of experiences that together create a rich tapestry of resilience, hope, and ongoing transformation. In the quiet moments when you feel overwhelmed by the pace of change or discouraged by the limitations of your body, remember the stories of those who have come before you. Let the memories of dancing Maria, the triumphant John in the water, the determined Sarah with her walker, the persevering David, the gentle Eleanor, the balanced Robert, and the mindful Margaret inspire you to embrace your own journey with optimism and courage. Their experiences are not just tales of struggle. They are powerful affirmations that life's beauty endures, even in the face of adversity. With each new day, you have the opportunity to redefine what it means to be active and engaged, to find joy in the simple act of moving, and to forge a path that is as unique as the challenges you overcome. No matter where you are on this journey, Know that the essence of living lies in the willingness to adapt, to seek out new experiences, and to never lose sight of the joy that resides within you. The transformative power of movement is not limited by age. It is enriched by the wisdom, experience, and strength that come with each passing year. Allow yourself the freedom to explore, to experiment with different forms of exercise, and to celebrate every moment of progress, knowing that each step is a victory in its own right. In embracing the journey of aging with an open heart and a spirit of innovation, you not only enhance your physical well-being but also nurture the deep emotional connections that make life so rich and rewarding. Your journey is a continuous narrative of growth, resilience, and endless possibility, a story that, with every careful step, reaffirms that life remains vibrant and full of promise, regardless of the challenges you may face. So, let the gentle rhythm of each movement guide you, let the support of your community uplift you, and let the determination within you shine as a beacon of hope for all those who dare to believe that, no matter what, life is meant to be lived fully. Every step you take, whether measured in slow, deliberate movements or bursts of reclaimed energy, is a testament to the incredible capacity of the human spirit to overcome, adapt, and flourish. Embrace the wisdom that comes with age, trust in the gentle progress of your body, and allow yourself to find new expressions of movement that honor the unique rhythm of your life. With patience, persistence, and a willingness to explore, you will continue to redefine what it means to be mobile, empowered, and joyfully alive.